Fortnite Season 2's new live event lobby is here, and the robot is being rebuilt on the moon? Yes, the game's biggest mystery for years has been the 7 arriving on the island through meteors. This has happened ever since the first live event, and over 4 years later, we now know it's because they have a base on the moon. I know it sounds a little crazy, but this has been in front of our faces for months. While everyone thought this was Astroworld in Chapter 3's trailer, this cracked red rock might actually be the real headquarters of the 7. Think about it. After defeating the monster in Chapter 1, the robot blasted off into space, and we never saw him again until now. He will be fully rebuilt when the live event happens on June 3rd. And that's not the only mystery getting solved. When the order was released into the item shop, she came with this amazing loading screen. We all tried to figure out what Sloan was holding in their hand, and now we know it's a hologram of the Collider. They teased it weeks before it released. And another secret worth mentioning is the quest that reveals what'll happen during the live event. That hologram in the loading screen was actually one of 2 keys that'll power up and control the Doomsday device. And future challenges will have to obtain a copy of these keys and use them to reveal the IO's plans on this holotable. Here's what happens. So you're probably wondering, didn't we already have a Doomsday device? Well, it can all be explained with an incredible secret. It turns out the Imagined Order has had a Doomsday division for years, and if you pair that info with a childhood photo of Sloan and Midas, it reveals everything. Midas used to work in the IO's Doomsday division and used his knowledge to build his own device back in Chapter 2. My mind is blown. You can even see the exact same orange energy used in both devices, and this was also used to power his Cyclo suit. And when we look at the 7, they've been trying to work together to defeat the Imagined Order, but there have been some issues. The group has been arguing with the Paradigm, and we have finally found out the reasons behind it. It's been brought to light that the Origin and the Paradigm were originally locked in the same Imagined Order prison, and while the Paradigm escaped on her own, the Origin had to be saved by the rest of the 7. If the King of the Cubes couldn't escape, how could Paradigm? Unless she had insider help, and this is what created tension between the group. But this isn't anything new. In fact, the Paradigm skin description since Season X has been, her allegiance is unknown. For years, this single piece of text has been foreshadowing her disconnect from the group, and even her secretly being Singularity. But if you've been paying attention to Fortnite socials, you might have spotted a video teaser for the upcoming event. It's a simple tease on the surface, but if you listen closely, you'll hear the mech make a reboot sound. Now this might seem like a reused sound effect, but if you remember Operation Skyfire, we also had to reboot the cube, turning into Blue Kevin. There seems to be a reoccurring theme here where loopers might have some kind of power to reboot things, so I guess we'll learn more about this in the future. And it's not the only insane secret that's been revealed this week. Fortnite just announced the Obi-Wan Kenobi skin, and he looks incredible, but in the loading screen for Obi-Wan's set, you can spot him hiding from the Imagined Order. Earlier this season, the IO worked directly with the Empire and brought stormtroopers onto the island, and now they're hunting down Obi-Wan for them? It is all leading to the eventual reveal of Darth Vader in Season 3. But forget the Death Star, because right now the Imagined Order has a laser cannon of their own. Yeah, it looks like the IO isn't waiting around, because after just 3 days, the Collider is already starting to be powered on. With the first energy pulse happening today, we can expect to see it increase over the next 2 weeks until the live event at the end of the season. But calling it the Collider seems like a pretty weird name choice, right? Well, Fortnite has always been full of weird scientific references. The 0 point itself is one, and it seems like the Collider is actually a reference to a real-life machine called the Large Hadron Collider. In 2008, everyone thought it was going to cause the end of the world. I mean, seriously, people believed it would make a miniature black hole. So I'd say it's a fitting name for a Doomsday device, especially in Fortnite, the home of black holes. It's also home to mysterious villains, and we've had so many of those over the years. But the most powerful villain of all is still out there, and we have no idea what he even looks like. Geno is the leader of the Imagined Order, and he has been secretly pulling the strings this season. If you investigate the IO's database at Command Cavern, you'll find out that the files on the sisters have been completely wiped. And John Jones dug a little deeper.
Nothing on the sisters again. Their files have just been deleted by... Whoa. Geno.
Not only are these two literally named the Imagined and the Order, but Geno is deleting their files. It is no surprise that our #1 theory labels them the Daughters of Geno. And there's some other secret files in the database too. The IO are scared of approaching the Foundation, but will eliminate the Origin on sight. As for the Paradigm, her status is unknown. And then we get to Peely, who has racked up over 500,000 bars in fines for driving? Come on, Peely, what is that? But he isn't just going around the island crashing for no reason. Officially, he's taking driving lessons, but there's a deeper purpose to this story. story. Over the past few weeks, we've seen Peely crash a bus into a telephone pole, and now he's trying to steal a truck. Where was the last time we saw these things in one place? Truckosaurus, and in Chapter 1, Truckosaurus even turned into the mecha team leader after the final showdown. It looks like history might just repeat itself. And speaking of Chapter 1, a lot of people are confused as to why things like the robot's arm or the Devourer's remains are on the new island. I mean, we also have Tilted, the volcano, Loot Lake, so what is going on? Well, this is actually the OG island. Yes, when the black hole happened, we flipped over onto the Chapter 2 map. So now with Chapter 3, we have flipped back to where we all started. And the past really is coming back to haunt us. One of the most popular characters from Season 7 is still around, and nobody has realized. Back in Chapter 2, Lynx was revealed as a secret agent working for Midas. But it looks like things aren't all what they seem. This whole time, Lynx might have been working for the Imagined Order to get intel on the Seven. This is why she had a top secret folder during the device event, and with the war, she's returned in the form of Panther. The best part is that she's not the only double agent. Since he released, Chaos Agent skin description has said he was going to undermine the Order from the shadows. That's where Chaos Double Agent comes in. Why would someone fighting for the IO join Ghost? It just made zero sense. But when Fortnite revealed the first shadows, it was confirmed that Chaos Agent was originally found by Midas. In fact, he was the first secret agent recruited. So Chaos Agent is working for the IO and giving all of that information back to Midas. Now we just gotta figure out where he's gone. And Midas isn't the only character who vanished without a trace. During Operation Skyfire, Maven was revealed to be the mole leaking information about the Imagined Order, and we never knew what happened to her. Except it looks like Fortnite China came up with their own conclusion. In a post, they said that Maven was arrested and tortured for leaking the IO's counterattack. And the worst part is, players had to fill out a small survey if they wanted to save her life. I mean, that's a little morbid, Fortnite. And while she probably won't be returning, the Paradigm is. She'll have a brand new upgraded suit that looks like a mix between her original armor and her Singularity outfit. On top of that, we're gonna see John Jones in his prison suit, and some think he'll be in the item shop after the event, while others think he might be a Season 3 Battle Pass skin. And speaking of the Battle Pass, one of the characters this season has been Doctor Strange. While he's busy influencing the war in Fortnite, he's also been on the big screen. Well, keen eye viewers who have been watching his new movie might have spotted a scene that looks like the 0 point. Now, I'm not convinced, but it's only in the movie for like a split second, and we all know that Marvel and Epic have a special partnership, so it wouldn't be the craziest Easter egg. Something that definitely was intended is this design for the new 7 Choppas. You might be wondering why they chose this sharp design on the front. Well, it's the exact same teeth that could be seen on the mechs all the way back in Season X. These were then painted for the salvage brutes in Chapter 2, and you can see the similarities. We know that the scientist originally dismantled the mechs in order to make his bulky armor, but what if they were also the ones who originally created them? So food for thought. And that's not the only thing changing our view of the 7. It turns out the Visitor was originally going to have a new name. Donald Mustard confirmed he was going to be called the Stranger, but at the very last second, they changed it to the one we all know and love today. But the Stranger I'm afraid of is the one lurking on the Fortnite Island as we speak. Throughout the season, we've seen IO trucks investigating the remains of the Devourer, and the vault at Command Cavern leads straight to it. Not only have people heard weird sounds through this tunnel, but with the Mecha Team leader confirmed to be returning, it looks like the Imagined Order may need some backup of their own. Will we see the IO try to clone the monster, or are they gonna revive it? To protect the Collider, they'll need the Devourer to fight off the 7. We're making upgrades to the mech, so if the IO brings the monster back to life, it'll probably have some upgrades of its own. This is gonna be a wild ride, and I cannot wait to see what happens in exactly 2 weeks. Hope you all enjoyed it. It's been Tommy, and keep it here on Top 5 Gaming.